Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We in here. We in here. Let's go, John. First one in here. Ah, what a Friday! What a Friday! Wait about a minute. My co-host about to jump in. ABB, him running around the business. But crazy Friday, man. Obviously a huge trade, that we all kept hearing about. If you follow the Colts, if you're a fan of the Colts, you just follow the NFL. You've been hearing about this Wentz trade, for some time now. Let me spit this gum out, man. Been hearing about this Wentz trade for some time now. Finally happened. Finally went down. If you've been tuned in here, we've been talking about it since before he was even benched. Told y'all he was about to get benched, which a lot of people saw that right when it was about to happen. End up getting benched, end up getting moved. I think it's overall going to be a great situation for Carson. It should be a pretty good situation for the Colts as well. What Chris Ballard gave up. I mean, it was another great deal by Chris. On the front end at least, that's what it looks like. I think it was really, I wouldn't say their only move, but especially with Stafford being out of the equation, I think it was the best case scenario for the Colts. Obviously, some other holes to fill going forward, but yeah, big one. Obviously, a big quarterback piece, big quarterback question answered. Seems like a lot of the guys in the locker room are excited about it. So we're gonna see, man. John Jay, glad to have you back. My dog. Let me see how far out he is, man. I'm interested to know y'all thoughts about this Carson Wentz deal. I've seen from the fans, from the interaction that I've gotten on Twitter and IG, seems a little mixed. I guess more good reaction than bad. But I'm interested to know you guys' thoughts. On this deal going forward. We're going to talk about Serena and Naomi facing off. Is it the end for Serena? If it is, man, an incredible run. Absolutely undeniable GOAT, in my opinion. I don't think she's done yet, but we'll talk about that. Was it a passing of the torch to Naomi? We'll talk some NBA stuff. We got a preview last night, what a lot of people expect to be the finals preview with the Lakers and the Nets. Obviously, KD was out, AD was out, Schroeder was out, some people were out, but got some questions on the NBA side, man. Let's see. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start answering some of these. I'm gonna answer a couple of these questions until AB jump in here. First one, Matt. What do you think it means with his former teammates being so excited for him, even guys not in the league anymore? So me and AB kind of talked about it, I believe last week, maybe last episode. It's like it's a brotherhood, beyond if someone's playing with you, if you play with a guy, you've been around a guy, a lot of relationships last long beyond the field. So it's going to be a lot of guys happy for him. I'm sure it's probably a small group of guys who, could feel either way. And then some people who probably don't care for him, but you're always going to have that mix. But it seems like overall, he's definitely not a hated guy. Got a lot of people that wish him well. Seems like a good dude. And I think he'll fit perfectly in that locker room. Going to the Colts. And, it's a lot of guys in Philly, like you said, who've been reaching out, been talking about him, who are happy for him. Obviously, my guy Dan O, he done jumped out there, putting him in the MVP talks already. But yeah, man, it seems like a great dude. We'll see. It's gonna be about production and him handling what comes with being Colts quarterback. They've been looking for a long-term answer, so we'll see if he's the guy. We'll see if he's the guy. John J. Jonathan, would you bet on Carson having a big bounce back year and ultimately winning 2021 comeback player of the year? Oh, I mean, that would probably be a safe bet right now. That would be a good bet. Yeah. You know, I mean, obviously you got a big hole to fill with the left tackle position. But he has pieces around him. You know, got two good backs at least, you know, seeing what they're gonna do with Mack in free agency, but I expect Mack to probably sign somewhere else. But they got Taylor and Hines. I think you need another dog out there, wide receiver. We're gonna see if they re-sign Ty, but you need another dog out there. Pittman had a good rookie year. You got a good old line outside of that left tackle position. Obviously, a big question you got to answer there, but you got the pieces, you got the OC, you got Frank who knows them. And, you know, it's a relationship business as much as it's a talent business. You know, you can be talented, but if you don't have the right coaches and the right organizations running things, things can, you know, not go great. So I think he's in a good situation. That's a safe bet. Another question. Not Young. I want to know if anybody watched that House hearing either yesterday with the Robinhood CEO and the Reddit CEO and the Citadel and Melvin Capital. And then, you know, some of our politicians asked some questions. I'm interested to know if any of you guys or ladies watch that. But, DB, you're going to do some scouting this year on the cornerback class. We'd love to see how you break down some of the top prospects like J.C. Horn and Caleb Farley. Yeah, I would do that. I'm trying to get my hands actually on the All-22, which is like the coach's copy. The film, the college. I have the NFL, but I don't have access yet to the college. So it's hard to really get a good really good grade on guys, a good feeling on a guy, a DB at least, without that All-22. It's tough to do. You can do it somewhat in the corner with a cornerback. Definitely can't do it with a safety. So I'm trying to get my hands on some of that All-22 because I'm not one of them guys who if I put my, you know, my word or my stamp on somebody and say this guy is that or that guy is this, you know, I want to do my due diligence first and, you know, not just be one of those guys that just, you know, says something because a bunch of other people are saying it or ranking somebody somewhere because everybody else ranks them there. So if I can get my hands on the All-22, I should be able to. I would definitely have at least the guys, probably like the top 10 guys. We're going to actually have some guys on this show, some prospects, but definitely going to be looking into some of the corners coming out. I know y'all love that draft stuff. The NFL, you know, it's never really an off season. So, yeah. Jack, you think the Colts go all in for a wide receiver in a pass rush in free agency? We're going to talk about some of this stuff. That's going to be another topic we get into right after we kind of go over this, you know, the trade. We're going to go into, you know, what moves the coach should prioritize in our opinion. So we're kind of going to answer that. So I'm not going to answer that one yet. Zach, the Eagles are a dumpster fire. Wentz will have the best possible opportunity to rehab his career. Colts need to get Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson will be a pretty good signing if he can get out of that Chicago building. You know, I got some experience with him playing against him twice a year when he was down in Jacksonville. Regardless of who his quarterback was, he produced. He was a good receiver. You know, same way with D-Hop and you know, with Texans, they didn't have much stability at the quarterback position. He always consistently produced. See the same thing with Allen Robinson. Even since he's been in Chicago, he still put up numbers, still produce. So I think if he can get with a quarterback like Wentz, when Wentz is, you know, the best version of himself, and who knows who that is. You know, it's not 2017 anymore. That was a year where, you know, every year is completely different in the NFL. So that's not what I'm going to compare Wentz to. I'm just going to say hopefully he's the best version of who he is now. And if you get a guy like Allen Robinson over there, Allen Robinson is the type of receiver that can make any quarterback better. So I hope the Colts do take a stab at him. Chris Tebow, do you think Cam will come back to the Patriots? And do you think Bill will sign someone else for a competition? Personally, I think Bill. I think the Patriots are going to look and try to get their guy, their quarterback for the future in the draft. That's the direction I think the Colts are going to go. Possibly could sign a veteran. I don't right now. At least I don't see Cam re-signing there. I wouldn't be shocked if it happened, but I don't see that. I don't see that happening. I see maybe Bill and the Patriots trying to finesse something, maybe move up a couple of picks in the draft, and get a guy that they've been identifying that's probably going to be around in the mid first round, early even second. So I think he'll find a way to try to find his guy for the future going forward in the draft. But I wouldn't be shocked if Cam went back to New England, but I definitely don't expect that at all. Oh, we're gonna talk about Mac. I don't know about Mac. I'm not sold on Mac Jones. Belichick and Saban, they talk to each other a lot. They got a super tight relationship. So if anybody's gonna know everything there is to know about Mac Jones, it's gonna be Belichick and his staff. So especially with the weird draft season like this, obviously the combine not happening, different, So he's got an inside track with the Alabama program, obviously. But I'm not personally sold on Mac Jones. What do y'all think about Mac Jones? But yeah, let's see one time for the one time with my guy. Oh man. Oh man. Having some technical my guy having some technical difficulties. So yeah, we're just gonna have to keep rocking. Let me see. Bet. Yeah, yeah, she not sold on he or she Nike. I think it's Nike Walker. I'm not sold on Matt Jones either. Yeah, not saying he's a bad prospect, just not sold on him. But hopefully I get my hands on this all 22. And I see a lot of people talking about I still had Justin Fields as my second quarterback off the board that I would take off the board, but I see a lot of people putting Zach Wilson ahead of him. So I got to look a little more into the BYU kid. Everybody's comparing them to Patrick Mahomes, and relax on that. But we're going to see. I still got Fields at the 2 spot. Somebody said, I got a feeling. Devin, I got a feeling, man, Wilson going to be the next Jimmy Clausen. Shout out to my guy, Jimmy, former teammate. But, yeah, I don't just pump the brakes on the Mahomes comparisons. But yeah, so AB have some technical difficulties, so I'm going to just jump into it with you guys. And when he jumps on, he's going to hop in. But this Carson Wentz trade, like I said, we've been talking about it for a while now, since it's early December. Okay, they're going to be about to jump in since early December, and finally happened. Finally happened. Hold on, let me see. My guy getting right. My guy getting right. Boop, 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 boop. Dockish hated on the Justin Fields comment I made. What did Dan say about the Justin? Dan is something else, man. I went on Dan's show all this season, every Thursday. And Dan, he's opinionated. He says some wild stuff that I don't agree with, says some other things that I do agree with. Definitely appreciate him for having me on the show. But then when he commented on Jalen Jones opting out for the rest of the season with Duke, that's when we had a big disagreement. Dan be wilding sometimes. I'm sure he wild out on my comment today, but I haven't seen it yet. Hey, B, you good? Let me see. Oh my God. Yo. Oh. Dog over here looking like somebody uncle. What's good, Kyle? But yeah, Dan be wildin', man. But yeah, this went. We've been talking about this Wentz deal since early January. I mean, early December of last year, and finally happened. Finally went through. Carson got back with him, so I think now it's like, all right, what are your expectations for Carson? What are your expectations for Frank? What are your expectations for this team as a whole, right? And damn, okay. Do I put them in the top 5 on the AFC side? Absolutely. But the next things that they need to do to be a real contender to win a chip, I think you got to go out and get a top tier pass rush. You got to get somebody that causes havoc off that edge. Got to. You obviously got to get a blind side protector, which I think would be easier to find in the draft than a top tier pass rusher. The number one guy on my board right now, who most likely will be available pretty soon, is Von Miller, 5'8" out of Denver. I mean, I know he was hurt last year, out missed all of last year, but I think he has a lot left in the tank. And somehow, some way, we can get him for a good deal at that. I think you get him, but then you shore up the left side of that O line, that could get ugly. That could get real ugly for the AFC real quick. With the rest of that defense, obviously you got Darius Leonard, you got Kenny Moore, you got some other really good pieces on that defense. Young safety Blackman back there who got in there early, played well. I think he'll continue to grow, continue to develop. Obviously, Buckner came in there. He causes problems in that front. See if they re-sign Walker, but we got pieces. See what they do with Rhodes. But there's pieces all over their defense. And offensively, if they can piece it back together, now you got to put them in the top. I mean, you got Chiefs at the top. I mean, I would say in that 2-3 range at their top. Now, if Carson is still, if we can't fix Carson, another one and done exit. But I doubt to see that happen. AB, you good?
Yeah, I'm Gucci. What's good?
Oh, my guy.
What it do?
Ain't nothing, man. Ain't nothing. We were just talking about this Carson trade. Obviously, we've been on it for a minute, but what was your feelings on it when you saw it go through yesterday?
Man, I thought it was a good a good move. Chris Ballard and Colts, man. Chris Ballard does it again. Um, Not having to give up much. And Carson Wentz back with Frank Reich. I think being able to get him in a good situation, good offensive line, man. I think Carson Wentz can resurrect his his career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I like it, man. I like it.
Yeah, I'm in on it, man. I'm all in on it. Um, I'm optimistic. I'm bullish. We'll see, man. And like we've been talking about it for a minute, on the pod, on Clubhouse. I felt like Wentz was a hot topic, especially towards the end of the season. And we always talk about how important relationships are, in this business, and like that's important. And even with Carson being kind of, I guess, a small town kid, coming from North Dakota, going to Philly, that fan base, that city, he should be a lot more comfortable in Indianapolis. Do you
For
think that'll
sure.
have anything to do with it as well?
I don't think so. I know we like you said, we've been talking about this for a while and just kind
Mm-hmm.
of talking about, his demeanor and just being able to play in front of those Philly fans, as we all know, is um can be brutal at times. But I just think being able to get him around familiar faces and most notably Frank Wright, you know what I mean, being able to Frank knowing what he's good at, his strengths, his weaknesses. I think a lot of times we don't really, pay attention to that. So being able to
Mm-hmm.
get around somebody that you're familiar with, that both parties are comfortable with, man, I think that's what's really going to help him out the most. And obviously, he's hearing the chatter. He's hearing about, people not thinking that he's this, top tier quarterback. So I'm pretty sure being able to get in a new environment, new space, man, where you're wanted, I think that always can help a player.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I mean, we got at the same time, with all that being said, I want to see some development with Carson's, I guess, mental toughness. Because I feel like he's physically tough. I feel like we've seen him play through injuries. We've seen him, even mentally tough to an extent, but I felt like he just didn't deal with the outside stuff that great. And when you got your quarterback, like that's gotta be, your unquestioned leader. So he gotta be able to take a lot of that stuff to the chin. So obviously when who knows how the Foles statue affected him, who knows how Hurts get drafted, affected him. You saw how it affected A-Rod, or how Byron Jones getting signed to we had X Howard on here, and we talked about it. Byron Jones getting signed to that huge deal. Drafting a cornerback in the first round. Like, how did that affect your mental? And he gave us the answer that we expected. So, got to see some of that out of Carson as well, man, especially at that position. Somebody asked, Chris just asked, who do we think won the trade? So it's a third round of this year, and then a conditional second that can turn into a first, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's tough to say right now. You know what I mean? Because we don't know what that second rounder, that third rounder is going to be, how that player is going to pan out. That second rounder that could turn into a first rounder, we don't know who that player is going to be. So I think you can't really sit and say right now, right? But you can say that the coach got a good. I feel as though the coach got a good deal. They got the guy that they wanted. Again, they didn't have to give up much. So I think it's a situation where you have to look a little further down the line, say another year or two, and come back to the drawing board and be like, look, like, who did win this this deal? So I don't think you can really say right now who's a winner and who's a loser.
Yeah, I feel that. What you think we need to do to be a real contender now? Because you hear some people talking about after the trade, okay, the Colts are a contender right now. Others say, nah, they're a few pieces away. I'm kind of in that space where I still think we are, a good piece or two away, which we had the money for. We had the draft capital to definitely hit some home runs. And Chris Ballard has shown, up to this point, that he does a great job in the draft. He's done a great job thus far in free agency. It hasn't panned out to a championship run yet. But what you think we need, as the Colts, to get into that serious conversation for a contender out of AFC?
Man, I'll say on the offensive side, man, you definitely got to fill that offensive tackle gap. You know what I'm saying? Get us an offensive tackle, and I would say a wideout. We need a wideout. Obviously we got T.Y., Pittman. We got some guys, but I think you get an offensive tackle.
Yeah, but T.Y. not signed either. T.Y. free agent. Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. He's a free agent, so that's what I mean. Like, if we able to get T.Y. back, and Pittman, but I think we need that wideout offensive tackle. On the offensive side, and then on the defensive side of the ball, I think you get somebody up front, a rusher, and maybe another corner. So that's where I will go on the offensive side, and on the defensive side, I'll definitely give me a rusher, interior or on the edge, and then definitely tap into that corner position.
Yeah, for sure. I know some news came out yesterday, I believe, about the salary cap. I think the bottom is supposed to be 180, 185, something like that. And obviously, Colts are in a great cap position. I know Chris Ballard has seemed kind of, I guess, I don't want to say the word frugal, but I use it, frugal, when it came to spending, when it comes to really writing them big checks and going, as they say, all in for a chip right now. And I feel like the way this team is built, I feel like this is kind of like that all in point. I feel like Carson was a move that can pan out great, especially if you continue to add some top tier talent pieces around him. So do you think, are you with me there? You feel like he should keep kind of going, doing his business how he's been doing it? Because I know even with this deal, like he never budged, never blinked, as they say. He put that deal out there. It wasn't any other suitors for Wentz. He knew that he wanted him as his guy, but he wasn't up in the ante at all. You think he kind of stays with his method, or he kind of turn that switch up a little bit?
I think he's gonna stick with his method. You know what I mean? I think
Mm-hmm.
the move that he's made once he's been in that position, man. I think we can all say as coach, former coach and coach fans, that he's been doing a hell of a job. I think obviously, like you said with Wentz, that was a big move.
Mm-hmm.
I think the big picture is that I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna do what I do. You might see him flip the switch a little bit where
Mm-hmm.
again it's some. I don't think it's glaring holes, but to be able to fill some pieces, I think he'll flip a switch here and there. But for the majority, I think he's gonna stick to his script, man, and do what he do. What you think?
Yeah. I think he turns it up a little more. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like you got to, especially in a situation where certain teams are going to be squeezed when it comes to the cap. So it is like you are in a good situation. It's like having some money, having some liquid available when the market take a hit. Like you're in a good situation to eat, reap some rewards right now. So I think it's time for him, obviously to stick with his method to an extent. But if he gotta overpay a little bit for somebody. I definitely wouldn't be mad at him with how this team is constructed right now because you got some young guys who can play and be good for a very long time. The culture, I feel like, is kind of set within that team. I feel like it's a strong culture in that locker room. Even with a guy like Darius Leonard, the message he put out on Twitter a few days ago, hey, free agents, like basically to sum it up, if y'all gonna come here, regardless of how big or small your name is, like you're gonna do business like the standard is the standard, basically. And so having that mindset in the locker room, being built how they are, I think is you can definitely take a chance on some guys, a couple guys, and cut that check, man. I want him to get Von Miller somehow, some way. You got not Trent Richardson, Trent Williams, who's available at the left tackle position, who's a freak athlete. I know he went through some things, but played well last year. You got
Orlando Brown out there.
Yeah, Orlando Brown in Baltimore who wants to go back and play that left tackle position.
Yep.
You got some receivers out there. Allen Robinson may hit unrestricted free agency if the Bears don't tag him. Galladay, Godwin. You got some guys who could be available to put you on that hump. You got any of those guys that you think would be off the rip that you think would be a great fit for Indy?
Man, you named them. Orlando Brown, Trent Williams, man. I think Trent Williams been playing at a high level his whole career, so to be able to fill him in, that would be great for that offense for Carson, man. But even on the receiver tip, man, I think you named them. Obviously we'll have to see, how everything pans out, but we kind of talked about it before, like even J.J. Watt, being able to get him possibly in that mix. I think they could raise some havoc with the Forrest Buckner up there, like you know what I mean. That could cause some issues for opposing offenses.
I can't see J.J. Watt come to Indy. I just can't see it.
See, just saying where they ain't think Andre Johnson was gonna come to Indy. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. You know what I mean? In the division rivals for 10 years. But if you talking about,
I can't picture, man. I can't picture.
Yeah, I know. It sounds crazy, but
I couldn't. You're right, though. I damn sure couldn't picture Dre in that coach uniform either. So
exactly. So, but if
you got a point.
If you talking about trying to go somewhere and win now, I mean the coach is setting themselves up pretty good in my opinion.
Yeah. So some other quarterbacks on the move. So it was reported that the Raiders have been getting calls about Carr, and they basically saying like he's unavailable, off the table, not even gonna have a conversation, which I guess kind of surprising me, mildly surprising me, because I feel like that's a team who, they were putting some pieces together for some years. Gruden and Mayock was getting a lot of praise, and they kind of been falling off, that post, kind of once you get to that December time, trying to make a run, they kind of been falling off. So that kind of shocked me. But who you think, I guess, the next quarterback, you think Watson going to be the next guy to actually get moved? We've seen Stafford and Goff move. We've seen Wentz move now.
I'm still thinking that Watson gonna get out of there.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna get that breaking news, man, and it's gonna be surprising, but I think he'll get out of there. David Carr, I'm gonna ask you with the Carr situation, right? You bring Marcus Mariota over, right?
Mm-hmm.
He plays a little bit this past season. Um, I think it's a possibility where again, if the right deal comes across, I think Carr is available.
Hey, Gruden told y'all unavailable. May are unavailable.
Hey,
We're not even having a conversation about this guy.
I don't know. I think if a team come with some right, they talking right.
I don't know. I
You
don't
don't
know, man.
you don't
But
think?
I don't. I think, and there's been a lot of questions. Mariota did look good when he got thrown in there. I mean, everybody has a
Yeah.
price, but for them to say, unavailable, I guess maybe I'm just not used to hearing everybody got some quarter. It seems like quarterback drama everywhere now. Seattle, Houston, Miami is some question marks there. So it's quarterback questions kind of everywhere. They even, talking about Lawrence now. Oh, I'm not sold on Lawrence being the one and this, that, the third. So maybe I'm just surprised with the team sticking by their guy.
They got to talk about some. You know
Yeah,
how it is after Super Bowl. They got to have some type of talk. You know what I mean?
Gotta
They'll be
have
right.
Trevor ain't the guy. I do agree with something I heard today. That I think we might have said it on here too. That Deshaun Watson, in my opinion, still the best quarterback to come out of Clemson, even coming out. So I don't understand how he went 12 in that draft. That was wild.
Crazy. You know how it be. People doing too much homework. You know what I'm
Too
saying?
much. They really had. It was really out believing in Trubisky like that. But yeah, I agree with you though. Deshaun Watson, in my opinion, I think Deshaun Watson not only got to be traded, but the deal got to be done before the draft. Like it got to be like, I mean, if you can't, like you try you put your absolute best foot forward. If you're Nick, to get a conversation, to get a sit down with him and try to smooth things over. I think it's too far gone at this point. So once you realize that, once you put that best effort out there and it don't work, you make a move. Hey, David, do your thing. Obviously, that's his agent, David Mugetta. Go make something happen. Find the best trade out here. We're gonna do the same. And then, because obviously he has a no trade clause in there, which plays into this too. But you got to make that move going forward. Because if I'm trying to build a culture, a winning culture going forward, all these different things with my new head coach, new general manager, can't have my general in there that doesn't want to be in there leading the troops. It's really as simple as that, man. Regardless of the talent, we know talent is one thing, but it's a whole nother thing. If you don't feel like your guys are all in. So I think they got to make that move. Not only they got to make it before the draft. Obviously, if you're a good organization, you don't draw this out until week 5, 6, 7, 8 in the season. And it's just not a situation you want to be in, especially not with your quarterback.
No, I agree with you, man. You definitely got to get it done. And like you said, new GM in there, man. You want to come in there. You want you building a culture, and I think you said it the best, where everybody has to be all in, and your quarterback has to be the number one guy, to set the tone. So I agree with you 1,000% on that.
Now I'm gonna ask you, of the three. Before I ask you about the three quarterbacks that move, I'm gonna ask you who you think is gonna have the best season next year and going forward between Stafford, Goff, and Carson Wentz. But who do you think is another big quarterback question out there? Who gonna be the quarterback for the Bears week 1? Chicago Bears starting quarterback. Are they gonna re-sign Mitch? Are they gonna go with Nick as a bridge? Are they gonna bring in another guy?
It's not gonna be Nick.
Not gonna be Nick Foles.
No, I don't think it's gonna be Nick. In my opinion, obviously you've seen what Nick could do for you. You know what I mean? You bench money making Mitch, thinking that Nick Foles was gonna come in there and make it look better than what it did, and obviously that didn't happen. You bring Mitch back in towards the end of the season, and things looked decent. You know what I'm saying? It looked decent.
Mitch almost had us fooled.
Yeah, he did.
I want to say you called him a sleeper going into the playoffs.
I definitely did. I did. Big part because of that defense. But back to money making Mitch. I think it'll either be money making Mitch or they'll bring in a quarterback.
Like in free agency or in the draft?
I would say possibly free agency, man.
Free, yeah. I mean, Fitzpatrick a free agent. I feel like Fitzpatrick should be automatically entered into every quarterback. If we talking about a free, I can see Fitzpatrick going out there.
Fitz should have been rocking out there in Miami, man.
They threw young ass Tua in there, man.
Big Butt had everybody fooled out there on the Tua train, man.
Hey, we was ready. We was hyped. We've been thirsty for a quarterback since Marino, right. Man. We wanted Tua to be good, and I know I jumped off the Tua bandwagon, but a lot of people still on it. Yeah, rightfully so. Still young. Yeah, he's still young. He got thrown in there early.
Nah, but I think they'll bring a quarterback in, but it'll be like I said, it'll be either Mitch or another quarterback from somewhere, man. Y'all start talking about my guy Tyrod, man. Get Tyrod out here in the mix, man.
Oh yeah, see,
my guy can do some things, man.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You've seen it. He's been named the starter multiple times for a reason. Obviously, some things have transpired. Unfortunately, out of his control. Doctor poked my dog up, man. But yeah, Ty would definitely be a good. Damn, he even slipped my mind. We definitely got to start talking about Taylor Moore.
For sure.
Is he a free agent this year?
I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah, see, I gotta get up to date. It's been hard to keep up with this shit. But
back to your previous question.
Oh yeah, so Matt Stafford.
Yes.
Yeah, in LA, you got Jared Goff out in, kneecap biting Detroit, and then you got Carson Wentz down there in the Circle City, man.
So I rank them
out of the three. How do you think they're gonna do next year? And I guess beyond next year, quarterback for your next 3, 4, 5 years.
Matt Stafford.
Easy one.
For me.
Why is that? Is it because of the weapons? McVay? Why is that?
For one, his play. His weapons around him. And obviously, like you said, McVay. And obviously we've talked about this, throughout the season on this show. And a lot of people talk about Matt Stafford and how he pad, stats or whatever the case may be.
Stafford.
But I think that the boy he can play. He can play. He's been in Detroit in tough situations, horrible situations. And now he's in a place where he can go out there and thrive. So that's my one. Matt Stafford. My two will be Carson Wentz, and then Jared Goff out there in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that it's because of Goff, but I just feel as though the pieces around them. It's going to take a little while, but on the long run, I'm gonna go Carson Wentz. Next year, I'll say Matt Stafford. Long haul, I'll go Carson Wentz.
You can't argue with that. I mean, I feel like we're gonna have to revisit this conversation, obviously after free agency and the draft, see what Ballard do. Because I would agree with you on all of that. I'd agree with you with Stafford right now being the best for this next season, and then Wentz in the long run, and then Goff would be third. But like I said, we'll revisit because Carson could easily jump up to that one spot, depending on what they do this off season with this money. But yeah, so. Talking about that, man. We're gonna have to get to we gotta talk about Serena Naomi. I know you're you're a tennis expert.
Hey, talk to me, man.
Yeah, man. You're a tennis expert. I actually had to go watch it after it was over. But we after this quick commercial break, you know what I mean? Because they miss you anyway. You gotta catch up with the people, man. They miss you for a little bit.
Yeah, man. What's good, man? My apologies.
John Jay was talking shit about your internet too.
John Jay, man. I'm gonna slam the shit out of John Jay when I see him. But nah, man. It's always something. Always something. But what's good, my people? What y'all got going on? Serena is the GOAT, Anthony. She is the GOAT. I love being able to watch that, but the young GOAT, man, she made it look easy. obviously we're gonna talk about it when D-Bug get back, man. She made it look easy, made it look real easy. So I'm very excited just to see what her future holds, what it looks like. But right now, Serena is the GOAT. I don't think um, we talk enough about Serena and her accomplishments and what the hell she's been doing in her sport, man. Like that's unbelievable. 23, I think it's 23 Grand Slams. Um, Amazing. Nah, John Jay, you can't duck that wreck now, man. When I see you, it's on the pocket. Yeah, 23, hands down. Yeah, every dog has their day, Studio 840, but the way she the way the young gunner made that look, man, it was it was easy. And granted, no excuses, no explanations as we say on here, but it's I think Serena, 39, still doing it. Um, it was just, man, it was beautiful to see though, and the respect that they have for one another is just love as well.
The torch has officially been passed.
No question, no question.
Passed, man. Serena, man. And shoot, did you see her after? I'm sure you saw her
Yeah,
after the
yeah,
match. Yeah. It kind of looked like, how you get to certain levels of your career, some of the great quarterbacks, I'm going to the off season and kind of think about some things when we back. I feel like she kind of,
A lot of
having one of
times
those.
a lot of times you don't even have to go in the off season. You already know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Especially when you've been doing it at a high level for so long, you can feel it. You know what I'm saying? You can feel it. You just know mentally is different. How much more you have to, the toll that's taken on your body, mentally, and you just know, like, and for
She
her,
got a family now, family
yeah.
that's,
So it's a
growing.
lot that goes into it, and a lot of times people, athletes know, like, all right, man, like I'm downhill now. I know my last year when I played with the Giants, it was kind of creeping in then. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
thinking about what my family's doing, what the kids are doing back
Yeah.
home. And I always remember one of the OGs was like, look, when I'm at practice and I'm start thinking about what the kids and what the wife doing at home, yeah, it's time for me to take it to the crib. You know what I'm saying? And I always remember that, like, because you know how I be when you go out there. It's like the world is
You locked in.
you locked in, you closing the outside world out. It's all about
Yeah.
this. So when you out there and you think about the shit, it's like, okay, it's about that time. But Serena, man, been doing it for the way she's been doing it for so long, man. I think she's thinking
Yeah,
about it.
she man, the unquestioned GOAT, man. Been a pro since she was 14. I don't know if you saw her special or not, but especially had with like her father and her and Venus and just everything. She done set the bar, man. So
Hmm.
if this is the end, I think she comes back for maybe one
Nah,
more run.
yeah,
I
I
think
think
she
she
come back
will.
for one more run. But
I think
you heard
she
her though.
might.
She said if this is farewell, she ain't telling nobody.
Yeah, and I mean, she wouldn't do it her way, but I want to go. I want to see her go get 25. She got 23 Grand Slams, man. If she can get that 25, that'll be dope.
Yeah. And would that be like the all time
I think so.
record men and women or
Yeah.
something like that?
I'm
But
gonna let
yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna keep y'all posted. I'm gonna keep y'all posted on my new career too, man. My new tennis career, man. I'm gonna keep y'all posted.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah, all
Yeah,
right. But yeah, man. So Naomi, I mean, it as much as it hurt to see Serena go out, I felt just as good for Naomi.
no question.
Knowing that that's somebody you looked up to your whole. That's somebody you modeled your game after. That's somebody who was, a representation of, kind of what you look like, especially when you're looking in the tennis world. So I can't imagine. They've obviously faced each other multiple times, but like what those feelings are
Hmm.
what those nerves are. So happy for her, continuing her path to greatness. So as sad as I felt for Serena, I felt just as good for Naomi. But with Serena, I think Serena always comes up in the GOAT conversation. There's so many different directions you could go. You talk about greatest athletes all the time. Is it a guy or girl who just dominate in their sport, like a Michael Phelps, for instance, or is it a guy or girl who could do multiple things, like a Dion, or people like that? So I guess how do you gauge it? Like when it goes greatest athlete of all time, who's the first person that comes to your mind, and why is it that person?
It's a number of people. It's a number of people, but I think about pure dominance. You know what I'm saying? Pure dominance in their sport, right? So I don't think she gets Serena Williams doesn't get talked about enough. I think you kind of talked about it with Michael Phelps. You got Money Mayweather.
Usain Bolt.
So I'm talking about like pure dominance. You know what I'm saying? And then again, and don't get it twisted where like we're talking about individual sports, right? So it's man on man, woman on woman, and they're just beating everybody. Whereas, you have your team sports, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, within those team sports, you gotta have a lot of pieces that go right around you. Whereas those individual sports, man, you can just focus on, okay, this is what I need to do. This is how I need to beat this man or this woman. You can kind of, I take that into effect as well, where, it could be, one of the greatest athletes or football players ever played. But again, if it's the pieces around that player isn't there, shit, we would never know.
That's a
You know what I'm
fact.
saying? So when I look at it, I'm like, yo, who was dominant doing a long stretch in their sport? So like we said, some of the names we just mentioned, man, like, but who the first name that come to mind? Shit.
You obviously, obviously you got Bill Russell, you got, Kareem, you got Deanna Taurasi, Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoop, like all type of. Why you trying to Bill Russell, man?
Because I seen somebody. Obviously the conversation we had previously as far as 10 Super Bowls and 10, you know what I'm saying, NBA Finals, right? And people talk about Bill Russell and having 11 rings,
11 out of 13,
11 out of 13. And I just remember somebody was talking about like, man, Bill Russell was playing against Mailman.
And you know what though? They disrespect. See, I done been in so many of these arguments, man. The actual era, the 60s era of basketball with big men, it was actually some dominant big men back in those days.
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised when you go look at the film. The thing about it though with me, why I would put like a 6, MJ over Bill Russell is just because obviously the competition and just the landscape. And I felt like it wasn't as many teams. So it wasn't, if it was 10 or 11 or 12, however many teams at that time, and you got, 2 or 3 of the best players on yours, it's going to be some, extended streaks of dominance. That's the only reason why. But Bill Russell obviously, did some amazing things. And I didn't know this. I just learned this the other day while I saw this. I hadn't even fact checked it, but I believe he was the first black coach in major sports.
Yeah.
Like coach, yeah. So like obviously been a player coach in the NBA. So that's super dope. And obviously Bill Russell's always, stood up and spoke up for the cause, always did the right thing when it came. On the front lines when it came to that, even being the status of the player he was when it damn sure wasn't popular. You saw what happened to Cap, 4 years ago. So it definitely wasn't popular with Bill Russell in his day. So big salute to the champ, Bill Russell. But who I guess before we move on from this, now I'm interested, and I can answer first if you want me to. I have to think about it too. But your Mount Rushmore
of what?
Your four goats, athletic goats.
Athletic goats.
You only get 4, men, women. It don't matter what sport. It could be Olympians. It could be basketball, football, 10. It don't matter. Golf. You got 4.
I got 4.
We ain't even mentioned Brady, Tom Brady.
Yeah, damn, that's tough right there.
Wait, man.
That's tough. You put me on the spot. All right, shit, I'm gonna go Serena Williams. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go Floyd Mayweather.
Ooh,
Money
50 and
Mayweather.
0.
50-0, bro. Like
50 and
you.
0. Money May. Only thing, but in boxers they pick their fights. It's a little politics,
man,
but you know
50 and 0.
this your mount. This
Yeah,
your
50.
mountain.
Yeah, 50 and 0. Serena.
Y'all drop y'all 4 in here too. I'm gonna throw them up here while AB doing his.
So I'm gonna go MJ. I'm gonna go Tiger, Money Mayweather, and Serena Williams.
So MJ, Tiger, Money Mayweather, Serena Williams. Woo. That's a nice four.
Give me your 4. What's your 4?
That's tough. I gotta put Brady on there, even though athlete like team sports dominance, 10 Super Bowl, 7 wins. Brady got to be on there. Serena got to be on there. Dion got to be on there. I grew up seeing the cat play both ways on offense, defense. Seen him play in the NFL game, hop on the PJ, go play in the MLB game in real life. Super Bowl, World Series, Prime got to be on there. And then 4, that's tough. I got to put Bron on there, man.
So you say Dion.
So
Brady.
Dion, Bron, Brady, Serena. Damn, I never thought that would have been my 4. That's
it's
what
crazy
it is, though.
when you think about it.
Yeah, because that's tough. Damn, Ali. I can't make a list without Ali. I take it back. Who off? Somebody got to go.
Yeah.
That's tough. We gotta revisit this.
Yeah, that's why I said like next week.
That's tough.
Next week it could be different.
Facts. This tough. I ain't gonna lie, but that's my list for now, man. We got some other ones. Matt put Serena, Tiger, MJ, Dion, Ali. It's Zach. Ali, wow. Jim Brown, MJ, Tiger. How much Jim Brown did you watch, man?
I ain't
watched Jim Brown film. I'm talking about list.
Oh right, yeah.
I put people who I saw, but Tom Brady, Hank Aaron, Michael Jordan, Serena Williams. Yeah, man, this tough, man. Dion, Shaq, Brady, Ali. But yeah, it's a tough conversation. I never really thought about that, man. But let's transition over to the NBA though. NBA, Lakers, Nets played last night. Obviously, both teams was missing some stars. Durant was missing from the Nets. AD and Shrew were missing from the Lakers. Nets won. You think that's the finals preview?
You heard it.
You still thinking? Okay.
I still think that. Obviously, I think what's going to happen with AD is going to be a big factor into that decision. Hopefully, he'll be able to get back healthy and be able to, make it throughout the rest of the duration of the season. But that's going to be a big factor for the Lakers. If AD can't come back and stay healthy, man, we'll go elsewhere with the.
So do you feel like AD can afford AD and the Lakers can the Lakers afford for AD to miss the rest of the regular season and get back in there in the playoffs? So first round, he's still getting his. How you feel about that? Would you be that cautious, or do you think it's important that he gets a nice solid run in before the playoff run?
I think it's important for him to get a solid run in before the playoffs. Because we know how important continuity is and being able to play off one another. Obviously, they've been playing together, but when you got the pieces, man, you gotta be out there. You gotta be able to play together. And have that time, and so you can
be clicking
and work together, at the right time. So I definitely think, obviously, you got to be cautious. But I definitely think they need to have that time together before they enter the playoffs.
Yeah, man. Especially with this shortened season, man. Like you talked about last time, them big guys, the big footers, running around on that hardwood for having that 71-day break for the Lakers, man, that's gonna be tough on that body, obviously. But I definitely hope he's healthy and at full speed because I want to see that matchup. Both teams fully healthy at their height. Who you got right now? I still personally, I know a lot of people jumping off the Lakers wagon. I still like the healthy Lakers to run it back. Different team, Boston, I mean not Boston, Brooklyn, tough team to match up with, especially when they go small. But I'm still going
Nah,
Lakers to run it back.
nah, I'm with you. I'm gonna rock with the Lakers as well. I'm gonna go with them. I think it's gonna be tough. We talked about it last episode. Um, you got them three monsters over there, in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go with the Lakers in a 7-game series.
All right. So we
Hey,
got these. Go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna ask you. Well, we talking NBA. How you feel about how they setting this All Star game up with the dunk contest at halftime, 3-point contest at the beginning of the game? Um, how you feel about that?
Yes. I mean, I kind of been keeping my distance from it a little bit just because I was just so mad that they were even having it. But now that they are having it, I mean, I ain't mad at them. I
Mm-hmm.
guess that limits, how many times people gonna be in and out and doing, different events. Obviously, every different event is a new opportunity for, things to happen. So the more you do at one time, it makes sense. And then you're gonna have the most eyes, on the product at the same time. So I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, because I wouldn't have watched the 3-point contest otherwise. Now I probably watch it. I don't even
Mm-hmm.
watch the dunk contest as much as I used to. I think Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine.
Zach
That
LaVine,
one was
man.
crazy. That
I was
after
watching.
that one, I was like, man, I don't think I could even be entertained by another one. So,
Man, I was watching those highlights the other day of that matchup, bro. They was going crazy.
man, that was dumb.
Yeah.
That one was probably the best one since that Vince Carter. I think it was Steve Francis or T-Mac, whoever it was in that one. It was just the Vince Carter one,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was a great one. But these All-Star teams revealed. LeBron and KD are captains, so top two
Mm-hmm.
vote getters. Up on the West, they're starting. Well, actually, I'll start with the East because there was a little disagreement with the West. But on the East, obviously, we got Kevin Durant started. We got Bradley Beal. We
Well
got
deserved.
Giannis. Yep, we got Giannis. We got Kyrie. We got Joel Embiid. They're the 5 starters on the East. And then on the West, we got Bron. We got Steph Curry, Kawhi Leonard, the Joker, and then Luka. Obviously, who's a fantastic player, but it's one name, in my opinion, missing. Dame Dollar,
Yeah.
who's been, unbelievable this year once again. Unbelievably clutch. I believe he was voted to be a starter by the players and the media. I think the fans pretty much got Luka in there to be the starter on the West. I feel like throughout Dame's career, he's kind of been overlooked, overshadowed, missed some All-Stars that
times.
a lot of people felt he should have been a part of. Any thoughts on Luka being a starter over Dame? Or are you cool with it?
I can't hate on that. I get the argument. Dame been balling, but to be like, nah, take Luka out. I mean, I can't hate on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If Dame was there, I wouldn't argue that either. But I can't argue Luka. I can't argue that. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I can't argue that.
Well, shit, I could argue that. I'm tired of Dame being disrespected, man. Dame Dollar undoubtedly. Mavericks is one of the disappointments, this year so far. I
We ain't
think
talking
people
about
expect a
team.
lot of them.
We talking
I'm
about
just saying,
play.
though, a lot of
We
people
talking about
expected a lot
individual
more out
play.
of him. Dame been carrying that team on his back. CJ been out. Dame, I feel like Dame should be in there. It shouldn't even be a question at this point. And I feel like if the coaches and the media vote a certain way, I love the fans and all, but that's where it should go. I think Luka, like you said, he's an outstanding player, and also he's good for the brand globally. You know what I mean? So put him, making sure he in there. You got, if you look at the starters, and obviously these are all great, phenomenal players. But you got Joker, who definitely deserves it. Luka, those 2 international players. You got Giannis, international. So it's good. It's good for the brand, but come on, man. Dame Dollar should be out there.
Nah,
No question.
I'm with you,
No
but like I
question.
said,
But
I can't argue either way. It is what it is.
yeah, you can't. I get it. I'm with you. But What else we
Respect
got,
he deserves.
man?
Always overlooked. It feels like, yeah.
It's Luka. His entire. He go. Remember when
Y'all me, yeah.
y'all was going. It was Vinsanity. Yeah, that Vinsanity dunk contest was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that market definitely matter. Anthony Gaines said if Dame played in a bigger city, he'd be starting. Definitely agree with that. I agree with that. Nurture's been out. It's been a lot of people out. But yeah, can't argue either way. It is
Yeah.
what it is. Have they named
The
the
reserves?
reserves yet?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
see.
not
I
sure.
don't see the reserve name. But yeah, man, we're gonna see, man. I've been enjoying watching basketball again, man. Now that football season's over, got to start trying to get
Get back
into
in the
this draft
NBA.
stuff.
The draft as well. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna see, man. I gotta sit down and slow down a little bit so I can catch it. But you know, definitely gotta tap in.
I know you've been on the move. What else we got though, man? What else y'all got? Man. The Friday about to be in the books. Start getting into this weekend, man. Is there a fight? It's a fight this weekend, I believe.
Yeah,
USC.
tomorrow. I think it's a good. We got some young gunners of boxing too tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think I might be wrong.
Let me see. UFC Fight Night main card. Lewis Blaze, bantamweight women.
I'm about to get on
Yeah, I
this
can't get into
bird.
that UFC.
I'm about to
I
get on
can't
this
see it.
bird.
About to slide, man. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
Once
as always.
again. Awesome. We do not. I don't have a top 5 cornerbacks in the draft yet. I told you I'm trying to get my hands on this all 22. I've seen some guys kind of being named by a lot of guys I respect as the top 5, but I personally not gonna put mine out there unless I'm really watching these cats. So we got those for you yet, but we definitely gonna get.
Yeah, D-Bot, you gonna when we do it, you get the corners. I get the safeties. After we do some film work, we can put it in here.
Say less. Right now, Bucky Brooks, somebody I respect his opinion. Right now, his top 5 corners: Patrick Surtain II.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Pat. Matter of fact, shout out his pops too. Won believe the National Coach of the Year. Down here in Fort Lauderdale for what he's doing. Caleb Farley out of VTech, who opted out this year. J.C. Horn, I believe that's Joe Horn's son down in South Carolina. I saw one game he had against Auburn where that was some of the more impressive games I've seen. Asante Samuel Jr., man-to-man pod alum.
Yep.
Home team. Zont Jr. coming out of FSU, and then Elijah Molden out of Washington. That's who Bucky has his top 5s in the safeties. Let me know if you're familiar with any of these guys, AB. Javon Morig out of TCU.
Javon Holland.
Javon Holland out of Oregon. Caden Stearns out of Texas. Andre Cisco out of Syracuse. And Hamza Nazaruddin out of FSU.
I gotta do some do some film study, man. We'll get back with y'all. Let y'all know what's up.
Yeah, for sure, man. But yeah, this is what we do, man. We tap in. It's open dialogue, man. We like to interact with you guys, see what y'all thinking, have some good convo, good questions. Going forward, we're gonna start taking some callers.
Bring
maybe
them up.
Even have y'all in here on the video, bring you on the hot seat. Bring you on just to chop it up, ask us a couple questions, get some real answers, man. That's what we want to bring y'all. So appreciate y'all tapping in once again, another Friday with the Man to Man pod.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I'm gonna have yours truly, Darius Butler. Got my co-host Antoine Bethea.
Yo.
Yes, sir. We about to be out of here.
Have a good weekend. Be safe.
Yep. See y'all Monday. Boom, boom, boom. Y'all.